Hello! It's been forever since I've been on. The last video I made, I think, might have even been about having my baby, and I wasn't even that far along. And now she's here. And I don't know if y'all can see her. It's a kind of a mess in here, but this is real mom life here. This is Korra Louise. And she is 1 month old right now. And there's Raven. Yep. And today I just want to talk about Korra's birth story. Korra was born on June 4th of this year, which is 2020. The day started out, I had a feeling. Oh no, Raven! I want to tell a story. I'm going to tell a story, okay? Yes, over there.
I'm on the computer.
Yep.
In my phone.
So the day started out, and I knew something. I knew that I had a feeling that it was June 3rd.
Hi.
All right, Raven. Mommy's going to tell a story now, okay?
Bye.
Okay. So,
Mom.
it started out June 3rd.
I love you.
I love you too, honey. June 3rd, I woke up at 3 a.m. and
I got the book.
it felt like I peed myself.
I got the book.
And so, okay, Raven, I love you. Mwah.
I got the puppy milk.
So it felt like I peed myself, and I was like, oh man. So, I change everything. And then I go back to sleep. I wake up at 9 a.m. that same day, June 3rd. And again, it felt like the same thing, just a little bit. I changed myself. Then around like 9:45, I start getting what feels like labor pains. But I'm like, they're not close enough together. It was like maybe like 45 minutes, 30 minutes apart. And throughout the day, it just did that, and it went down more. They kept getting closer and closer together. Sarah, can you help your sister get on the toilet, please? Thank you. So then they start getting close together, like every 20 minutes, every 15 minutes. Around 5 o'clock, they were like every 10 minutes, 5 p.m. that day. So I decided to call my mom because she lived an hour away. Well, I called the doctor's office. No, I called my mom, and I was like, Mom, I don't know, these could be Braxton Hicks. Like, I was like, because, my last pregnancy went super fast, and they were really close together. With my last delivery with my daughter Raven, my first delivery with Serenity was about the same as this one. It started off slowly and just stayed slow throughout the day. So I was like, I don't know, because I'm not due for a couple more weeks, whatever. So then my mom said, "Why are you calling me? Call your doctor." Actually, before that happened, I'm going to say around 4 o'clock, I went to go put Raven my daughter on the toilet, and I got a trickle down my leg, and it was not pee, because it was pinkish. There was blood. So I called my I called my mom, and she said, "Go call your doctor." Why are you calling me? I said, "Because you're my mom, and you've been through this before." She said, call your doctor, see what they say. So I called the doctor. It took forever to get through on the line. And then and then they finally called me back. They said, "Come on in, because it sounds like you're going into active labor." I was like, okay. So I had to wait for my mom to come up to watch the girls. So I'm waiting for her. There's all sorts of stuff going on outside. We had a huge thunderstorm that night, like high winds and everything. So there's a thunderstorm, and then that stops, and then there's a graduation parade going down my street. Yeah, because of COVID, the people here had a graduation parade where they went down all the streets. So there's all these cars going down. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what if my mom has to come down the street? Because there was no way she was going to be able to get down the street with all these cars Okay, that's good. You can do coloring pages.
Mom, look.
Good job. You wiped and you did you flush?
Yeah.
You did. Okay. So there's all these cars going down the street.
I don't know what to go do it.
I'm talking about when Korra was born.
Because I'm big and strong.
Yes, you're big and strong. You are. You're really big.
Yeah, I know I'm big.
Yes. Anyway, so I will get through this video. I swear I will. Anyway, so I'm thinking, oh my god, my mom's not gonna get down the street. It took her like an hour and a half to get here, but she finally showed up and we left right away. I get to the hospital, and I'm going in there. They have to like take your temperature and stuff before you go in, and so I'm waiting for that. And there's people in front of me in the check-in desk, and they're having an issue of some sort, and they look at me and they're like, wait, she's having a baby. Let her go in front of us. So I was like, I'm okay. I have about a couple minutes because at that time they were like 6 minutes apart. I was like, as long as I get someplace to sit down in 6 minutes, I'll be okay. So what I was doing was walking in between contractions to the area I need to be in. I get there. I'm in the bed. I'm watching The Breakup. That's a movie I watched. It's a Vince Vaughn movie. You don't know who Vince Vaughn is. So I was watching The Breakup while I was waiting for them to check how dilated I was. The woman comes in, she checks, and she's like, yep, you're in labor. You are 5 centimeters dilated or something, which I couldn't believe I was that far dilated because I hadn't been in that much pain. I was just breathing through everything. And we get back to the room. I mean, they take us to our actual room where I give birth, and it's after like an hour or so, it starts to intensify. I actually got the epidural this time. I did not get it with Raven. I got it with Serenity, my oldest. And this labor actually was a lot like the labor I had with Serenity, except for I was less dilated with Serenity when I came in. It was more like with Raven, the fact that I came in and I was really far dilated, but the dilation was taking longer. It was taking like a while. So I find that the longer it takes for you to dilate, the more unbearable labor becomes. Like Raven's was so fast, I had no time for pain medicine, and I had no time for, worrying about if I needed pain medicine. It just happened. She came out so fast, I didn't need it. But with the long, drawn-out labor, I gave in and I said, I need the epidural. I was in a lot of pain. I was imagining the Ring of Fire, which I did remember how that felt with my second one. That was not something I wanted to go through again. The Ring of Fire is not fun. Alright, so I got the epidural. And then she ended up taking a while to push. Like all my other girls, it was fast pushing. This was around like 12:30, I think. I might have started pushing, maybe 12 o'clock, and Korra was born at 1:04 a.m. in the morning on June 4th. So labor started June 3rd, and then she came out. Miss Clint is here, who's sleeping now, on June 4th. We stayed in the hospital a couple days. And my husband went home to stay with the kids and my mom and help out. Because of COVID, once he left, he couldn't come back until he was coming to pick me up. Which I was okay. I just was taking that time to bond with the baby. And then I was just watching movies. I think I watched, the whole time I was in the hospital, I watched a whole lot of movies. I watched Big Daddy, because I love Adam Sandler. I watched The Breakup twice. I watched a movie called, I don't know what it was called. I really liked it though. It was a movie with like Morgan Freeman and Michael Caine, and they were robbing a bank because they were older and the system had failed them. And I thought that was a great movie. So I watched that movie, and this little princess is sleeping and her eyes are rolling now. um, but anyway, when she was born at 18 and a half inches, and she was born at 6 pounds, 4.4 ounces. We left the hospital, and we came back the next day for a weight check, and she had lost some weight, just like my other girls. So now I'm supplementing. I can never breastfeed all the way. I always have to supplement with all 3 of my girls. Even though with Korra, I got her tongue tied taken care of, which I hadn't done with my other girls, but still, I have a few issues. It's usually tongue tie. The girls have, Serenity has a lip tie. The girls have like a tongue tie or a lip tie. There's supply issues. Plus, the girls all had high metabolisms, so I never really produced enough. So I always have to supplement. So I've been doing that. So we've just been enjoying ourselves for this past month. I guess 2 weeks ago almost, I had a party welcoming her to the world because we didn't have a baby shower or a sprinkle or anything because of COVID. We waited, and we had a few friends over after she was born, and we celebrated her coming into the world. And we've just been having a really good time. She's a good baby. She usually only cries if she's having gas problems, which is once in a while. Last night that happened. I just gave her some gas medicine. She was fine. Or if she's hungry, or if her diaper needs to be changed. So other than that, she's really, really a good baby. And that's about it. I'm going to get going. I'm going to leave you with a couple pictures from this past month, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.